YouTube. What's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing today? I don't know where to start. It's been a very eventful 2-3 days here. The last couple days has seen quite a few significant pieces of information come out by credible and important enough people that I'm confident enough to say right now that we've reached a point of no return and we have taken the lead, so to speak. We have reached a point where you're gonna get dissent, you're gonna get naysayers and all that for a while, but I think we've reached a critical mass where the right people have said the right things on the right platforms now, enough that anybody with half a brain and a little bit of this knowledge already has nothing to say. They can no longer spout the fucking the narratives that this shit isn't happening, that TIs are all crazy and paranoid and it's all in our heads and that this stuff isn't really going on, people aren't really doing this. You're not going to hear as much of that anymore. I really don't. I'm confident that you're going to see a huge decrease, a huge you're going to see significantly less people willing to publicly say what they've been saying. That there's no way they're doing this, because, in my opinion, I think a lot of targeted individuals share the same opinion. It's that anybody who's going on a public platform and going out of their way to openly state, as if to inform other people, and openly state that this stuff is just in the targeted individuals' heads and it's not really going on, and they want to claim that they can't find any evidence to suggest that this isn't all just made up and in their heads and a psychological disorder or a form of schizophrenia or paranoid delusions, persecutory delusions, okay? I believe that those people that come on a public platform and openly share their view of their propaganda and misinformation of what people are talking about when they mention gang stalking and targeted individuals. Those people are obviously part of the misinformation and the propaganda. They know that it goes on. They already know that what they're saying is a lie. So that's how they can come on and confidently say, oh, it's not happening, these people are this, because they're just following a script. And they've been reassured and have been given the green light, go ahead, and the payment along with it to go ahead and get her done. Come on here and convince as many people as you can that this is whatever you say it is, and the TIs are just mental, crazy drug addict, tormented, sad, sick, mentally sick or mentally disabled people. You're gonna convince some people, but that's fine. You're only gonna convince the lazy dumbasses. That's it. You're only gonna convince the lazy dumbass people who just believe whatever they're told. So those people don't matter. They don't matter one bit because they make no difference whatsoever. I don't even really count them in to society as a whole because they make no difference either way. They're just followers. They're just copycats. That, you know what I mean? They're just the NPCs, the zombies, the bots. They're just gonna go along with whatever status quo is convenient for them and whatever's easier for their brain to work out. Because if they feel like they have to settle on a position on the subject, they feel the need to publicly come out and settle on a position, whether there's something to it or whether we're all just crazy. Then, sorry, I feel bad for you. I don't know why you feel the need to say, okay, I've got enough information to form a conclusion and an opinion on this and share it with everybody as if I'm an expert or as if I'm some kind of, teacher to people. Yeah, like that entire thing right there just screams paid perp to me. Because I don't know, it's hard enough for a targeted individual who is being gang-stalked to publicly speak out about what is going on. I can only imagine how hard it is for a regular citizen who just looks into the subject matter to come out and voice their opinion on a public platform about all these people, because if they really don't know one way or another and they're basing their opinion off of the information that they get from other people on YouTube or the internet, then a normal person is going to say, okay, I got all this information and the majority of the people are saying this, but I can't say that that's what's going on because there's still a possibility that the targeted individuals are correct and what they're saying is true. I mean, why is nobody addressing the fact that what targeted individuals are claiming is absolutely possible? It's very easily possible, hypothetically. So that right there, the fact that what targeted individuals claim is going on is possible. Just the fact that it's possible alone should basically shut down anyone from taking the other stance. Because anybody with half a brain is going to say, well, I don't want to go out and say what I think it is because I could be wrong. And I don't want to look like an asshole to all of these victims if it comes out and I was wrong. I'll just keep it to myself. That's my idea of a typical regular person, and what their thought process would be if they were thinking about, putting their opinion out there on a public platform. I really think most regular people are just not going to do it. They're just going to say, no comment, I don't know, maybe in private conversations they might say, personally, I think the people are just crazy, but I don't know, I've heard that a lot from normal, regular people, and I can't blame them. If I did not go through this torture and harassment shit, and somebody was telling me, what I tell other people, I too would be leaning towards the it's probably not true, or it's really hard to believe and it's far-fetched. So if there's nothing to push me over the edge, I'm not gonna fucking make that leap and say, yep, I think it's all true. I think these crazy fucking people who are claiming extraordinary things are all telling the truth and it's all true. And I don't require any further evidence. No. I don't blame them one bit for not believing and not just blindly saying, okay, I believe you to target individuals. I can't blame them. But what I want you to look at, don't look at what we're all saying. Look at how many people are saying it. Okay? Look at that and mull that over, a few times in your head. Just literally work it out in your own head. Say, well, they're saying this. That's far-fetched. They're also saying this, and this. That's all very hard to believe, Okay? And I understand that. But don't forget, okay, to ask yourself this. Why is there so many people saying it? The same exact thing. That's hard to believe, that all of these targeted individuals, right, are all experiencing the exact same mental disorder. The very specific, mental illness. Like the symptoms alone, I'm sorry, but there's no fucking mental illness on the planet that is gonna give that many people the exact same very specific symptoms. People of all different races, nationalities, colors, origins, cultures, the widest variety and biggest spectrum of different people from all walks of life, saying who've never met each other, who've never heard each other's claims, who've never, who've not done all the research yet. They're just putting their experiences out there first and saying, well, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. They're not getting these ideas from watching YouTube videos and then saying, oh, I think that's happening to me too. Yeah, I think that's happening to me too. No. They're telling you straight up what they're experiencing. It just happens to be the exact same very specific thing that fucking Joe Schmo from halfway around the world is claiming. Okay? Now, if you still want to sit there and say, well, so what? It's an echo chamber, or so what? These people could all, just they indoctrinate themselves. No, sorry, ain't buying it. That is crazy. That is hard to believe. When you look at the entire body of evidence in this sheer amount of people who are publicly publicly speaking out about what they know or what they experience. You have your I don't know if they're fake TIs or if they're just egotistical TIs who feel like they're in a competition, or they just want views, or if they really just think that they have it all pinned down, or if they're fake plants, perps that are, the whole purpose is to spread disinformation and gaslight other targeted individuals. I don't know. I think it's a mix of both. Some actual targets who unfortunately are doing the echo chamber thing and spreading misinformation, but they don't know any better. And I also think it's a bunch of fake TIs that are the cause of that misinformation. Because there's a clear abundance of people, doing that. Enough to say that there's obviously a campaign on YouTube and on the internet collective intent to discredit the claims of targeted individuals in gang stalking. That much is obvious. I mean, you can't say that all targeted individuals are right and everybody else is wrong either. You can't say that, because there is a little bit of truth to the fact that there are some out there crazy targeted individuals who say some off-the-wall shit with no way of verifying it and no evidence to support their claims, like witchcraft and spell work and spiritual, spiritual warfare and aliens, and like, okay, you don't have any evidence to back that up, so do yourself a favor and just keep that shit to yourself if you speculate about it. Don't go spreading it around, infecting that fucking mindset into other targeted individuals. Give them a chance to have their own discernment. Give them a chance to really look at the big picture and work out, everything and make a decision for themselves. Because if you just tell them what it is, then they don't want to do the research and try to figure out what it really is. And they'll put a block up, and they'll block their own self from even looking at any other perspectives, and that's not good. That is like what an echo chamber is. So I get it. There is some of that going on in the targeted individual community online on YouTube. Of course there is. I watch TIs every day. I see a new TI on YouTube that I just shake my head at, and I'm like, come on, man, what good are you doing by saying that you think it's fucking witchcraft and spirituality and spiritual warfare? What good are you doing by coming on and saying that? If you're right, okay, great. Everybody's eventually gonna see what the deal is. But if you're wrong, how many people are you hindering their quest for the truth by just spouting off fucking information half-cocked and irresponsibly without looking at the big picture? That's the fucking TIs that need to quit doing that shit. I offer my perspective and a bias perspective to that perspective at the same time, so that it's fair, so that everybody can take the information I have and I'm using, make their own discernment out of it. They should be able to do that. You should make sure that people are doing that. Don't just give them the information. Make them figure it out. Because in the process, they're going to learn something, which is the whole point. And chances are they're going to teach you something too, which again is the whole point. So, you know what I mean? Use your brain, man. When you feel the urge to come on and make a video because you're pissed that they're driving around your block, or make a video expressing your theory that you're convinced of, that it's aliens, please restrain yourself and refrain from doing those things for the time being, because you're not doing anybody any fucking favors when you do that. Alright? So with that being said, let's get off of that subject. I just wanted to point that shit out, okay? So in the last couple days, you got the official, anonymous official on YouTube putting out a video, just bold, straight, right to the point. specifically about targeted individuals, gang stalking, and the federal government's and intelligence agencies' involvement in the non-consensual experimentation and harassment and torture and gang stalking of innocent civilian American citizens through the use of fusion centers and everything in order for them to receive bonuses in their pay or for whatever reason they're putting people on this list and shit and then acting accordingly as if they have the green light to have full fucking immunity, prosecutorial immunity from the whole thing. So just take a little bit from everything, put it all together, look at the big picture, go back and forth, tell yourself, no, I'm wrong, that can't be right, and then also tell yourself that it could be right. Allow yourself to see every side of it, allow yourself to see the big picture, because if not, you're just doing a disservice to you, your family, your fellow citizens, and our future, our children's future. You're not doing any favors for our children if you don't. Take a good look at this and share your conclusion after much research and discernment. Share your conclusion responsibly and without hurting the overall cause or the overall mission here, okay? Just at least try. Try. Just don't go on saying reckless shit without a care in the world, just bitching, because that does nobody any good. Not at all. No good. Does no good. Does no good. So there was that, and then there was something else I wanted to address. I'm trying to think of what it is right now. A couple things, actually. I wanted to address... Oh, that's right. I wanted to address my dear older brother, Ed, and his recent comments, and I want to just lay this out here for anybody who's been following the comments or who is trying to figure out who's the perp and figure out what's really going on with our dysfunctional family dynamic. Basically, I told everybody every chance I got, exposed the Jesus Christ account on YouTube because it was. I know it was his account. You can't tell me it's not. I know it's his account. Whether he shares it with other people or not, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. Also, patent perps, targeting patent. There's Henry bin Laden. There's a large number of them, okay? Large number of channels that were created by, I believe, my brother and my nephews, and not just for fun or because they're mad. I believe they were put up to it through whatever coercion, money. Well, I don't know, money. Maybe they were extorted. I don't know. But it's more than just spite and envy that they go, because they go pretty far to do this. Now they enjoy the attention, that they receive just like a bully gets attention in school whenever they bully somebody, there's always a couple of chucklers, people laughing along with the bully. Same thing, okay? So, my brother recently, in the last week, has come on YouTube now under his own name. He is now Ed Hofer on YouTube, okay? And it's his picture and everything from a long time ago. And this account was created, it was like, I don't know, like 15 years ago or some shit. But what I want you to notice is if you look at his channel, if you go to it, you'll see he has 30-some subscribers and 6,000 and some views, but there's no videos. So that means, what does that mean? Let's break it down. I guess that means that prior to him just coming out with the Ed Hofer account, like literally days ago, he had to have been using other accounts or something else, right? So what accounts would he have been using? Well, I've been saying he's got the Jesus Christ account, he's got the Patent Perps account, he's got Patent Community Watch, he's got Targeting Patent, he's got, there's quite a few of them. So, if nobody can prove that that's not him, and he does not come out and refute that, the claims that I'm making, that those accounts are him. He does not come out and say, no, those aren't me or nothing. No, he doesn't do that. Because he knows it's a lie, and because it is him. Because he's not smart enough to think these things through. So I exposed the Jesus Christ account, I exposed everything, so now he has nothing left to do. He's so desperate, pinned in a corner. I'm not sure what he's hoping to accomplish, but whatever it is, he hasn't been successful yet, so he feels the need to contact my mother via the comment section and then text her, right? Proceed to start texting my mother. He hasn't talked to her in quite a while, like I want to say 2 years maybe. Hasn't even talked to her. Prior to that, he was living at my mother's house with his 2 kids and his old lady for like 2 or 3 months. Took over, her whole house with 4 people, just barge right into a house like that, and everything they own, along with it. That's gonna be stressful and shit. So they eventually got a new house here because they couldn't go back to the original house because the judge ordered a protection from abuse against my brother. He's not allowed to come in contact or even say my dad's name online, and he has to remain so many feet away at all times. And he was told he's not allowed to drive past his house because my dad lives on a local traffic only road, pretty much. You can go from one end to the other, but there's no reason, absolutely no reason that I can think of for him to drive past my dad's house, because he could literally go to either end of that road if he needs to get to anywhere on that road and not drive past my dad's house. But no, he drives past my dad's house, and then I don't see him stop anywhere on the road. So like I said, he's just gang stalking. He's on purpose driving past my dad's house with total disregard that there's a protection from abuse order by a judge who is very serious. Does not care, I guess. He's still gonna stalk and harass the person that he has a protection from abuse order. That's not very smart. Unless he's been paid and put up to it, and paid so much money to do this, because that's the only thing to me that makes any sense. He was doing it to my house. He was driving around every time I'd walk out my door to leave, which isn't very often. Boom, there's my brother driving by. How does that happen over and over and over and over again? and you call it a coincidence. Sorry, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Coincidences like that don't happen repeatedly over and over and over again like that. Okay, that's not. If you think they do, then you might want to get your head checked for a mental illness or mental disorder. Coincidences may happen from time to time. That's why they call them coincidences. They don't happen over and over and over again. Okay, that would be a coincidence then. I don't think. Fuck it. That's good enough.